My first lovey was the summer of my 16th year when I first met Emily. The small town we lived in was quiet, peaceful, and predictable. But that summer, everything changed for me. Emily had just moved into the neighborhood, her family settling. Into the old house at the end of Maple Street, she had the kind of presence that lit up a room. Her laughter was soft but contagious, and her green eyes held 1,000 stories she had yet to tell. From the moment I saw her, I knew my world would never be the same. We met by chance, or perhaps by fate, on a warm July afternoon. I was sitting under the big oak tree by the lake, sketching the ripples on the water when she approached me. "That's really good," she said, peering over my shoulder. Startled, I looked up and met her gaze. "Thanks," I mumbled, feeling my cheeks heat up. "I'm Emily," she said, holding out her hand. "James," I replied, shaking her hand, feeling a strange but exciting spark. From that moment on, we became inseparable. We spent our days exploring the woods, riding our bikes through town, and sitting by the lake, talking about everything and nothing at all. She was different from anyone I had ever met. She had dreams bigger than the town we lived in, and she made me believe that maybe, just maybe, I could dream big too. But summer doesn't last forever, as August faded into September. The reality of life began to set in. Emily's father had taken a job in another city, and she would be leaving before the first autumn leaves hit the ground. We tried to ignore it, pretending that time wasn't slipping through our fingers. We promised to write, to call, to never forget. But deep down, we both knew that things would never be the same. On her last night in town, we met at the lake. The moon cast a silver glow on the water, and everything felt surreal. "James," she whispered, taking my hand. "I'll always remember this summer." I swallowed hard, forcing a smile. "Me too." She leaned in, and for the first time, our lips met. It was soft, innocent, and filled with all the unspoken words we couldn't say. And then, just like that, she was gone. The days turned into weeks, then months. At first, we kept in touch, but as time passed, the calls became less frequent, the letters fewer. Life moved on, but the memory of that summer never faded. As I walked through the busy streets of a city far from home, I saw her, Emily, standing on the other side of the bookstore window, flipping through the pages of a novel. My heart raced, and for a moment, it was as if no time had passed. Taking a deep breath, I pushed the door open. "Emily?" She looked up, and when our eyes met, she smiled. "James." And just like that, our story began again.